Hi, my name is Amanda Panacea, and you're listening to the Healer Revolution podcast. This is a community for self-healers, biohackers, practitioners, and any other helping professionals. You're in the right place if you're seeking conversations about how pain becomes passion, the connection between physical, energetic, mental, and our spiritual self, finding your body's ancient wisdom, the latest biohacking technologies, clinical research, and if you just want to nerd out about complex biochemistry and quantum physics. But this is also for entrepreneurs who seek infinite abundance and a supportive community. So pour a cup of King coffee or Sisters tea and let's join the revolution. What are the patterns that have started since 2020 and COVID-19? Do you see anything?
Yes. Huge patterns. You know, it's wild looking pre-2020 and now post. The stress levels I have seen across the board are so much deeper and so much more extensive. So in the full scans, you know, we have these color codes where there's balance, there's moderate stress, chronic stress, weakness, chronic weakness. And I say overall, I'm seeing more stress throughout the body and a deeper level of stress throughout the body. And when we think about stress, it can be from physical stress, could be specific toxins, those deficiencies, but also emotional, mental, financial stress that impacts us. So across the board, hands down, that's a big one. Another thing that I've seen more than ever, and maybe you've noticed this too, is the amino acid cysteine is coming up more often than I've ever seen. And cysteine is a precursor to glutathione. And without glutathione, our body's not going to detox as well on its own. So then if our body's not detoxing naturally, suddenly we're having all these organs accumulating more toxins, becoming more congested, and people feeling worse. And so that's a big thing, that amino acid being very deficient. What's another pattern? Okay, so this is a big one too. I have seen a lot of those big, deep type toxins, the specific toxins that are very chronic, a lot of those patterns coming up much more frequently. The Borrelias, the Bartonellas, the Babesias, mycoplasmas, the herpes, the EBVs, toxins like that are coming up at a much higher rate right now. And I have to look at the level of stress throughout our bodies and whether that's because we were sick over the past 2 years, or whether just the stress of the past 2 years has inundated us to have all these flare-ups and activate all these toxins that have been basically dormant. And so that's been a big thing that I've noticed, on top of more people needing the series therapy from DesBio. When I see someone needing that, typically those are our people that have these big, deep, difficult things to clear and to get through. And so that's been pretty shocking to see how many of those have been coming up. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on another thing. There's a formula from Physica called Sclerotox. And this is a formula specifically designed to break up scar tissue. And so whether it's from the various toxins, either metals or chemicals or any type of viral things, these types of toxins can create scars in our body. And those scars might land in a specific organ, which then at that point, that organ is not going to function as well as it's supposed to. And on the flip side, that scar might be over in an organ that's also within a meridian line. And a meridian line in traditional Chinese medicine is basically like a communication pathway. It runs up and down the body and it's tied to other organs. So if we have a scar going through a meridian line, suddenly the communication and the energy is not flowing throughout the body as well as it's supposed to, and other organs then can be impacted. So seeing Sclerotox resonating on as many people's scans as I've seen tells me there's just a ton of scarring that's happening for those specific reasons, whether it's those chemicals, metals, or the viral components. So yeah, it's been pretty shocking, but luckily we have this technology to be able to help people understand what's going on in their body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I've seen a lot of those same patterns, especially mycoplasma. I feel like every single person resonates with mycoplasma. which there is hearsay that also mycoplasma has been weaponized against us in the past. So it also brings up, is that happening again? Is that something that is going on in chemtrails? But not to get too conspiracy theory for this one.